Augusto Pinochet, el 11 de septiembre. Before I begin this presentation, I'd like to add that I might have to say many things in English because of because I won't be able to convey the same points as effectively in Spanish. And I know this broken English can be frustrating, and I apologize for any inconvenience it might cause. The prelude to the coup, or the golpe de Estado, is Operation Condor. And Operation Condor was, I think you know this much better than I do, an operation made by the U.S. government, mainly the CIA, which collaborated with right-wing militaries, well, mainly militaries, but right-wing leaning politicians or juntas in South America that pretty much suppress communism in any way possible as a part of the policy of containment. And these regimes could resort to any method necessary to get rid of communism or simply eradicate communists in general. And sometimes this will lead to brutal human rights violations, such as that of the dirty war in Argentina. And we will see this after in the Pinochet regime as well. ¿Dónde es Chile? Chile está en el sur de Sudamérica y su capital es Santiago y tiene un puerto muy rico, se llama Valparaíso. Y Chile tiene Argentina en el este, la Argentina en el este, Bolivia en el noreste y Perú en el norte. Chile tiene una industria muy grande en el cobre, and we'll see that as a major factor in the coup. Aquí es una historia breve. Antes de 1540, Chile es ocupado por muchos indígenas y en el año 1540 el conquistador Pedro de Valdivia llega a España, y en el año 1810 Chile obtiene la independencia, y en el año 1960 el socialista Salvador Allende se hace el presidente. En el año 1963 una junta sube al poder en un golpe de Estado. Y durante su historia Chile ha estado dividido políticamente. Había muchos derechistas y había muchos izquierdistas. En el año 1960 Salvador Allende y la Unidad Popular suben al poder. Allende implementaba la vía chilena al socialismo, quería nacionalizar la industria en Chile, pero los Estados Unidos no le gustaba esta política por la nacionalización del cobre, y entonces Allende buscó la ayuda de la Unión Soviética. And I'd like to add in English that after the U.S. Imposed an embargo after the nationalization of copper because, they didn't want Allende to become the president of Chile. The CIA had what was now known as Track 1 and Track 2. The Track 1 was to prevent Allende from coming to the ascending to the presidency, and Track 2 was, once he was in, to kick him out wherever necessary. That's how the coup came along. And also like to add that the aid from the Soviet Union, as opposed to the United States, was abysmal. They had very little funding from the Soviet Union, much less than the country needed given its inflation problems at the time. Y el golpe de Estado fue parte de la llamada Operation Condor. Tenía mucha ayuda de los Estados Unidos y el CIA. Los terroristas en el militar derrocaron el gobierno de la Unidad Popular. Salvador Allende se suicidó el 11 de septiembre de 1963, and so something that happened right before his suicide, or his suicide, as many doubt that he actually killed himself, was his speech given that promised that he would not be a coward and abandon his people through exile. But hours later, he either committed suicide or he was killed. And to fill that power void, Augusto, switch to Spanish now. Augusto Pinochet se hizo el dictador después del golpe, cambió la constitución y suspendió el parlamento, implementaba las políticas capitalistas que ayudaron a construir ayudaba a construir la economía con la ayuda de los Chicago Boys, y se fue del poder en 1988 y Chile volvió a democracia. A note I like to make about the Chicago Boys is that they were Chilean university students trained in economics at the University of Chicago under the Nobel Prize for Economics winner Milton Friedman. And these Chicago Boys implemented economic policies that, although helped revive the economy that was undergoing heavy inflation at the time, they consolidated wealth mainly in private business and in the hands of the rich as opposed to the poor. And right now, today, even today, we'll see a lot of economic unequal distribution of wealth. And this was particularly prevalent after the Pinochet regime. So, a lot of Chileans doubt the effectiveness of these programs, also because the United States lifted their embargo after Pinochet came to power. Which, if they did that in Cuba, maybe they wouldn't be so poor, or they wouldn't. That was an insensitive comment, but or people wouldn't be saying that Cuba is miring poverty. Abusos de derechos humanos. Arrestaba, torturaba y mataba muchos subversivos. Tenía una policía que detenía los subversivos. Dirección de Inteligencia Nacional. Tenía un escuadrón de la muerte, caravana de la muerte, y 3,000 personas murieron, 30,000 personas fueron torturadas, y nadie sabe cuántas personas desaparecieron. And this is the most widely controversial topic of Pinochet's regime, because despite any of the beneficial policies that Pinochet had towards the economy or elsewhere in foreign politics, he will always be known for his human rights abuses in Operation Condor. And whether this is unfortunate, whether this is justified, I don't know. It's none of my business. I wasn't there. But when people think of Pinochet, they think of him as a poster for U.S. puppet governments, and maybe that's justified. But in 1998, in 1998, when he was in the United Kingdom, Pinochet was arrested by Spain for human rights violations. But though he was never really tried, the closest coming in 2004, and he died in 2006, and his legacy will always leave a mark on the Chilean people. Thank you for your time, Mrs. Recht, and I hope you have a great day.